Imagine you wake up in the morning with a strange restlessness in your heart. For no apparent reason, your heart beats fast. Small things start to bother you. You ask yourself, why is this happening to me? But you find no answer. This is the very moment when we can truly understand the real meaning of anxiety in our lives. A gun master once said that sometimes peace comes when you sit amidst fear and restlessness and feel it completely. Today, through Sheryl Paul's book, The Wisdom of Anxiety, we will learn how this same anxiety can become our greatest teacher. How it awakens the wisdom and self-realization hidden within us. In this video, I will take you on a journey where we will pass through the darkness of fear, stress, and uncertainty, and ultimately arrive at inner clarity, acceptance, and strength. Are you ready to transform your restlessness into your teacher? If yes, then let's begin. The story of Haruto and the Zen master. Once upon a time, in a small village in Japan, lived a famous Zen master named Reizin. People from far and wide came to seek his advice. They would bring any difficulty, sorrow, or anxiety to him. One day, a young man, whom we'll call Haruto, came to the village. Haruto was about 28 years old, but his face was always filled with worry and unease. As soon as he sat before the Zen master, he said, "Master, I am exhausted. My mind is always restless. I can't sleep, I can't focus on work, and it feels like everything is against me. I don't know what to do. Can you help me?" The Zen master looked at him deeply, smiled, and said, "Absolutely. But first, tell me, are you ready to feel your restlessness yourself, or do you want to suppress it?" Haruto immediately said, I want to suppress it. I just want peace. Anxiety is nothing but trouble for me." The Zen master was silent for a while. Then he said, "If you suppress your anxiety, it will always lurk behind you and trouble you. But if you try to understand it, it can become your greatest teacher." Haruto didn't understand. He asked, "Master, how can anxiety be a teacher? It only fills my life with darkness and fear." The Zen master smiled and said, "Come, let me take you to the river. There, everything will become clear to you." The Zen master and Haruto reached the bank of a small river outside the village. The river was calm, but in some places, there were small currents and gentle turbulence. The master said, "Look at this river. When it is calm, everything seems smooth and stable. But when the water flows fast and encounters stones or branches, the water doesn't stop. It finds its way. You are like this. Your restlessness and anxiety are your stones. They block you. But if you understand them and flow with them, they can show you new paths in life." Haruto stood silently, watching the water. He slowly realized that while the stone caused a slight turbulence, the river continued to flow on its path. The Zen master continued, "Your anxiety is just like this. Don't try to stop it. Feel it. Only when you learn to flow with your fear will you discover the depth and strength of your life." For the first time, Haruto felt that he didn't need to fight his restlessness. His anxiety was not an enemy. It was just a message that something needed to change. The 4 lessons. 1. Observing anxiety. The Zen master told Haruto, "Look, anxiety is a signal from your body and mind. It tells you there is an imbalance somewhere. Don't try to suppress it. Don't judge it. Just observe and understand." Haruto asked, "But master, if I feel it, won't it disturb me even more?" The Zen master replied, "It might seem so in the beginning. But remember, any emotion you feel is the voice of your inner wisdom. Listen to it. Face it. Slowly, your restlessness will transform into wisdom." The master asked Haruto to close his eyes and gradually focus on the river's flow, the sound of the wind, and the beating of his own heart. Haruto did so and felt as if his fear and restlessness were slowly flowing out of his body and mind. It was difficult, but he trusted the master and immersed himself completely in the experience. 2. Emotional awareness. The Zen master explained, "Haruto, anxiety is not just an emotion. It is an indicator of your life. Whenever you feel restless, it means you need to pay attention to something in your life. Let it flow with you. Facing it will increase your wisdom. Haruto asked, "But Master, how do I understand if this is wisdom or just fear?" The Zen master laughed and said, "If you suppress it, it will be fear. If you feel it and understand it, it will become wisdom." This is the greatest art of Zen, to see, to feel, and to understand. Haruto quietly watched the river's waves and stones for a while. He slowly began to feel that when he let his restlessness flow, a strange peace and clarity started to emerge within him. Free, acceptance and compassion. The Zen master said, "Haruto, have compassion and sympathy for your restlessness. Don't be harsh on yourself. Don't see anxiety as being against you. Understand it like an inner child who is scared and insecure. When you understand and love it, it will become your greatest teacher." Haruto thought to himself that this was true. For the first time, he felt compassion for his own fear and anxiety. 4. Staying in the flow. The Zen master scooped up some river water and let it flow through Haruto's hands, saying, "Just as this water flows through your hands, let your emotions flow. Don't try to stop them. This is the art of staying in the flow. Life's troubles flow in the same way. Learn to flow with them, not to stop them." Haruto felt this and, like the river, accepted his fear and restlessness. He now felt a new courage and understanding emerging within him. The Zen master looked at Haruto and said with a smile, "Remember, every worry, every restlessness, every fear is a sign of your deepest inner wisdom. Don't see it as an enemy. See it as a teacher. Understand it, let it flow, and learn. This is the greatest art of life." Haruto said to himself, "I am not afraid anymore. I will face my restlessness, understand it, and learn from it." After that day, Haruto's life changed. He no longer suppressed his anxiety and fear but understood them and made them his guides. The 8 Chapters, The Wisdom of Anxiety, by Sheryl Paul. This story teaches us that anxiety is not our enemy, it is our greatest guru. To understand the book easily, we have divided this summary into 8 chapters. So, let's begin. Chapter 1, Understanding Anxiety. Have you ever felt your heart suddenly start racing? Your hands and feet turn cold? Or felt like you were facing a great danger when there was no real threat? This is what we commonly call anxiety. But anxiety is not just a feeling of fear or insecurity. It is your body and mind's way of alerting you. It tells you that something needs your attention. Often, we see it as a negative experience and try to suppress it. But in reality, anxiety is neither good nor entirely bad. It is just a message. A warning. A signal. If we listen carefully, it can show us paths to improvement and growth in our lives. This chapter aims to understand that anxiety is not just fear but an important part of our life that shows us the way to our true potential. Chapter 2, The Roots of Anxiety. Why does our anxiety surface suddenly without any clear reason? This chapter explores that mystery. Often, our anxiety is not just a result of current circumstances, its roots are deep. Sometimes it's hidden in childhood experiences, sometimes in our inner habits and thought patterns, and sometimes it's born from societal expectations and pressures. When we constantly try to be perfect, our mind gets tired, and anxiety enters our life. The biggest lesson is that when we recognize the roots of our anxiety, we gain control. We learn to respond wisely rather than just react. Chapter 3, Listening to Your Anxiety. Is anxiety just a problem, or could it be a messenger for our life? This chapter teaches us to see anxiety not as an enemy but as a teacher or guide. Listening to anxiety means feeling it without judgment. It's about observing your thoughts and emotions from a distance. Sheryl Paul suggests techniques like deep breathing, journaling, and self-reflection to understand the message hidden within the anxiety. Every anxious thought brings an insight, showing you what is important in your life. Chapter 4, transforming anxiety into growth. Anxiety and fear are not just obstacles, they also bring opportunities. When we face fear, understand it, and pay attention to it, we can recognize our hidden inner strength. Mindfulness plays a crucial role here. By staying in the present moment, we can avoid getting caught in the cycle of fear. The biggest lesson is that your anxiety does not make you weak, it leads you to your true inner strength, courage, and potential. Chapter 5: The Role of Self-Compassion. When we feel anxious or scared, our biggest battle is with ourselves. Our internal dialogue often blames us and criticizes us. Self-compassion, being kind and understanding towards ourselves, is very different from self-criticism. Harshness weakens us, while compassion is the greatest cure for fear and anxiety. This chapter teaches that compassion is the key to mental peace and inner strength. Chapter 6: Creating New Patterns. Our anxiety often comes back in the same way, this is our habitual pattern. This chapter teaches us that we can recognize these habitual reactions and change them into empowering patterns. The process starts with small steps, identifying the patterns that promote anxiety and then deliberately practicing new habits using visualization, affirmations, and small actionable steps. The most important thing is that you are not your anxiety, it is just a part that you can retrain. Chapter 7: Anxiety, Creativity, and Purpose. Anxiety doesn't just give us fear, sometimes it guides us toward our true identity and purpose. When we see anxiety as a messenger, it helps us clarify our true needs, values, and priorities. Sheryl Paul shares examples where people's anxiety redirected them toward their true passion. This chapter includes exercises to connect your anxiety with your life's purpose, showing that it is a guiding force toward a more meaningful life. Chapter 8: Strategies for Daily Life. Anxiety affects our daily lives, our relationships, work, and sleep. This chapter provides simple, effective tools for everyday life, like breathing techniques, grounding exercises, and mindful routines. These small, regular practices help calm the mind and body, improve decision-making, and prevent anxiety from overwhelming us. Transformation doesn't happen by magic but through consistent, small efforts. These daily routines lay the foundation for big life changes. Real-life transformation and conclusion. Sheryl Paul gives examples of people who understood their anxiety and turned it into strength. One used their restlessness to find a new career direction. Another used relationship struggles to find inner understanding and patience. This shows that anxiety is a sign of our inner intelligence and strength. Simple reflection questions can help. What is this fear here to teach me? What is this anxiety telling me about my true purpose and values? What change can I bring to my life by learning from this restlessness? The biggest lesson is that you can transform your anxiety into your strength. You just need to understand it, listen to it, and learn to use it in the right direction. Conclusion. Friends, in this video, we learned that anxiety is not just an obstacle. It is also a path to deep understanding and connecting with oneself. Sheryl Paul teaches us that our anxiety, fear, and stress are all trying to tell us something. They are not just blockers, they are teachers. When we suppress anxiety, we ignore our own wisdom. But if we try to understand it, observe it, and connect with our experiences, anxiety can teach us. 1. Who we are and what we want. 2. What our limits and needs are. 3. How we can bring the right changes into our lives. Remember, anxiety is not a weakness. It is a signal that you are seeking deep connection and meaning. See it not as an enemy, but as a guru. So, the next time anxiety comes, instead of fighting it, try to understand it, observe it, and learn from it. This is the way to make your life more empowered, peaceful, and meaningful. If you liked this video and learned something from it, please like and share it, and subscribe to the channel for more such videos. Thank you.